Hi, I'm Max. It's March 15, and I'm recording this video in Kiev while my son sleeps in the next room and my phone notifies me about the curfew on the streets and an air raid in the sky. In early February, I decided to launch a YouTube blog about cybersecurity for small and medium businesses. I made a couple of test recordings, set up some content processes, and then the war began. It looks like we're going to win this war. Maybe in 2 weeks, maybe in 2 months, but we will win. And not only because Ukrainians are a strong nation, but also because of your help, the help of Europe and the whole English-speaking world. You help with your prayers, money, weapons, sanctions against Russia, and I think we are all infinitely grateful for that. Yet every day I spend several hours reading how your journalists cover this war, and although a lot is being said about what is going on here in Ukraine, there is a lack of understanding what Ukraine is for Europe and the English-speaking world. One bright example is how US war experts expected Russia to win this war and capture Kiev in only 3 days. And because of that, there's a lot of misunderstanding in your comments. For example, I see that for most of you it remains unclear why the sanctions imposed against the Putin regime should affect Russians' lives so heavily. It remains unclear why this war was inevitable and even was predicted in the 90s. Why the so-called language issue is as much a consequence of the Russian imperialistic doctrine as this war, and not its cause. So when I'm going to talk about the life of the post-war Ukraine in my next videos, I hope to cover these issues. Apart from that, once the war is over, you will have a question. So, how's Ukraine out there? Is all the support that you continue to provide paying off? Is Ukraine really proving itself as an equal and worthy member of the European Union? I hope to help you find answers to these questions. Finally, this war marks the transition of this world to a completely new era. The fall of the World Trade Center in New York in September 2001 showed that not a single person can feel safe anymore. And with the war unleashed by the second largest army, where civilians suffer more than the army forces, the same can be said about any nation, not just a person. It's a post-truth world where fakes not just seem more convincing than the truth, but also legitimize aggression that has no boundaries, no laws, no conventions. And then there are one-click cyber attacks conducted by thousands of volunteers that can put any business to a stop almost immediately. I wanted to launch a blog about cybersecurity, but frankly speaking, there's no cybersecurity online anymore, just a long list of cyber threats. You and I now need to understand how to raise kids, build better communities, and stay safe in this new era. And who, if not us, Ukrainians, are the outpost, forced to be the first to seek answers to these questions.